What's up, everybody? We are in Louisiana right now, but we're about to cross the Mississippi River into
Mississippi.
Vicksburg. Did I say that right? Vicksburg, Mississippi. The mighty Mississippi River is before us, and me and Katie are gonna go have dinner.
Continue on I-20 East for 17 miles.
In Mississippi. We're gonna cross what is known as the Mississippi River. Yes, you guys are ready to tour one of the most historic and notable cities in the country. Not a lot of people get to come here. It's kind of located on Interstate 20. It's not like you would end up here on purpose unless you were trying to. So we're gonna see for the first time for both of us. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. So let's go, let's do it. Check out the landscape before you cross into Mississippi here in Louisiana. Like, it's like really desolate farmland, like no trees, nothing. Kind of depressing. 6 miles away. Right, everybody, we're now approaching the Mississippi River. This is a city that has incredible history, and throughout this video, I'm gonna give you guys a real tour with a lot of information. Normally, I don't really do a lot of information on my videos. I just do a drive around. But on this town, it's really significant that we mention the town's history and Katie's bad driving. Notice how she veered off into the yellow line and made a rubbing noise on our tires. But we're about to cross into, wow, there's some poverty out here. Hey guys, so ahead of us
Take exit 1A toward I-20
is the Mississippi River.
East.
Now this city was founded in the 1700s by the French. So the French were the first people to actually inhabit this area out of the European colonization. Now there were local people here before that in this area. This area has always been inhabited by the natives. In the early 1700s, the French came out here and they started like a small settlement. By the 1790s, the Spaniards had also had a settlement called Fort Nogales, which Nogales is a type of tree that's out here. It's like a type of walnut they have out here. So first inhabited by the French, then by the Spaniards, at which point eventually by the 1840s it was incorporated as an actual city. By then, 20 years later, this city would be involved in the Civil War. We're now crossing the mighty Mississippi River, one of the most iconic rivers in the United States. And lucky us, there's an old locomotive over there pushing some trains. That's really cool. It's incredibly massive and mighty of a river, and it feels great to just be here right now, crossing this iconic American river.
In half a mile, take exit 1A toward I-20
With Siri talking over me. But yeah, what an experience. And you can see it's on a very high bluff, to where even though it's right up against the Mississippi River, it's an elevated point. You can see the train going into a cave. That's pretty cool. Some Confederate monuments here, as expected. This city was a very important point during the Confederacy, and it was the turning point of the Civil War, as it turned out that Ulysses S. Grant, who's on the $50 bill, he ain't playing, he's about his money, came through here, and he was able to capture the city in 1863, which was a turning point because it happened at the same exact time that the Battle of Gettysburg happened. So those two monumental points of American history happening concurrently with each other meant that you excited, Kate?
Yeah.
The Civil War starts to take a much more significant outcome. And all that happened with this town being taken. Unique location along the Mississippi River, up on this high bluff, means that the town is really free from flooding, which is a huge problem along the Mississippi River. So here, overlooking Louisiana. What an incredible view. Really, really significant to be here. The view is incredible. Just overlooking this Mississippi River. It is just unreal. You are so high up here. It's awesome to be this far up and just see the Mississippi River down there. You can see that why this was an important place for the Confederates. I mean, strategic. Up on this high hill overlooking the Mississippi River, majestic, by the way, of course. Other than the fact that you can see the river majestically, you can tell this was definitely an important site, not only for the early Confederates, but also for the natives. It's an incredible place. You have an incredible vantage point here of the Mississippi River, which would be strategic in battle, but nonetheless, with Ulysses S. Grant, monumental changes and decisions in the Civil War, the city's history once again changes. After that, the city continues to be an important place, and it is one of the most acclaimed U.S. cities. I'm really excited to be here for the first time and get to see just an important city in American history for so many reasons. Obviously, its geographical location plays a key role in why this city was significant not only to the natives, the Native Americans, before the European colonization, but also to the French, the Spaniards, and thus the early Americans as well. And as you can see now, this is an important and significant place for the hood. Awfully quiet, kind of very dead. Population of this town today, while it's grown from the 1900s, is still somewhat insignificant. It's definitely a smaller type of place, kind of more, out of the beaten path type of place. It's not exactly a place that's on everybody's list of places they're going to end up going to. We're going to head downtown and eat somewhere really nice. We'll pick out a spot. I've already got one I picked out, much to the discontentment of Katie. This town almost reminds me of West Virginia because it's on a bluff up here. Naturally protected, would have made sense back in the day when there's conflicts between the Europeans and the natives. That this would have been just a natural setting for a city, being naturally protected by its location. Of course, a lot of the things that made cities in the past great back when we were dependent on rail, when we're dependent on rivers, kind of makes them absolutely unattractive today, now that we have the highway system and things like air conditioning, which means that places that in the past were definitely attractive places for city today are much less desirable when we look at places to live. It's not exactly going to become a giant metropolitan area today, and it's significant in U.S. history more in the past. As of today, it's just a very definitely not a primary setting. The views of the Mississippi River are in all directions, and that does give the city a little bit of distinctive flair. It's one of those places that is like no other, All to the left of us, it's just an incredible view overlooking into Louisiana. I've never experienced an urban setting quite like this. It's so unique. It almost feels like we're in Appalachia, believe it or not. Just really awesome. We've yet to see the best of it, so I'm really excited. I like, so far what I see is definitely cool. It's definitely, if you're ever coming through here, it's not unlike anything I've seen so far. So definitely recommend it, and you'll see the views of the Mississippi River later on in the video. Definitely worth it. It looks like big jacked up Jeeps are the thing here, and that's why I love rolling through America, because everywhere you go in America, there's like a different thing going on. No two regions of the country have the same culture and things going on, and it's just neat to see when you pull into these little towns what every town's got going on. Sometimes it's trucks, sometimes it's Jeeps, sometimes it's cars, but there's definitely no two regions of the country alike with their culture of automotive. In the United States, automotive culture just kind of defines the people of the United States. It's just, but up ahead is the town itself. I'm excited to see downtown, see the rest of it. I've never been here before, like I said earlier in the video. I'm surprised at how little traffic there is for a weekday, and hopefully that plays to our advantage as we want to get a seat at this restaurant here downtown. Yeah, good elevation up here. It's very easy once you're here to understand the significance of this place and why both the natives and please don't hit that curb. Why is there just a random curve there? Don't they care about people's rims? That makes no sense. Well, we're approaching it now, guys. It looks a lot more desolate than I thought it would look. I didn't realize that the views of the Mississippi River were going to be all throughout this ride. That's incredible. To the left of us, the river's like right there. So we're heading on down. Really, really awesome sight. Lots of Dodge Chargers and nice. I really love how it's just boom, you're here now in downtown. Like very fluently flows into downtown. And I will say that this is definitely one of the sites in the country that you might want to check out. There's a stop sign right there. I know. Stop sign! Yeah, you gotta stop at those things. You know, see that octagon thing? They call those things stop signs, Katie. Well, go and swing if you got a problem. You don't want to end up in a prison in Mississippi. I would just wait till we get to another state to do that.
I'm saving it for Florida.
See up there? That's where we're eating. We're eating up there, on top of that building up there. So you can find a parking spot anywhere, pretty much. You'll be good to go. It seems like there's free parking, which, if a place doesn't have free parking, I'm just not interested in. What is a loft? Is that like an apartment type of thing?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what to say. There's a sign in front of those parking spots. I don't know if we're gonna have to pay to park inside a garage. I'm excited, and I think
Parking over here.
yeah, I think you'll have to pay or something. See if you can get free parking. You might be lucky and just hit up a free parking spot. But this is the building here. If you go to the left, there's a parking garage. Oh, they're leaving, but you have to be facing the right side of the road or you get a ticket. So don't worry about that. So this area, the people that are from Mississippi, I think Mississippi is a little different than Alabama in a lot of respects. I'm not saying for the climate of the day. I don't know what that's like because I haven't lived in Mississippi to know. But if you go left, you'll have a good chance of hitting a parking garage. Even if we have to pay, that's fine.
Okay.
But, you know, historically, the Spaniards were here. And so were... Can you park on this hill?
Yeah.
Okay, so go back to the bottom of the hill.
Okay.
And then come back up. That's a parking garage, but there's no need to use it. There's like literally nobody there. You can just park it. You know, you got to do a U-turn. Go to the bottom. Be careful, like you're flying on this thing. So yeah, you can see the Mississippi River right there. Park here and then like turn around, like, or just find a place you can flip around. Down there you can probably turn around. There's probably open area.
It looks like I can flip here.
You sure? Just go down there.
Okay. Down there?
Yeah. Or go to the right. Go to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the right. Go to the right. You can park like up on that hill. There you go. Just go. Just go. You want to walk up that hill? I wouldn't leave the car that far.
No.
You can't see it here.
No.
Go back around. Spin back around.
Okay.
You take a right when you get up there. You can see there's a lot of the old boats along the Mississippi. It's just like you would expect anywhere from the Ohio. Just go up the hill, babe.
Huh?
Nobody behind you. Just come up the hill.
This hill?
Yeah, come up and take a right.
Okay.
Take a right.
Because it looked like those people were leaving.
You know you're in a parking spot.
Huh?
Yeah, go to the right. You'll have a parking spot. You'll find one. Eventually you'll get a parking spot. Go to the right.
Right on Washington?
I love this town, dude. It's so cool. You have so much history. Yep. Make sure you're wide open. There's more Jeeps over there, so it seems like Jeeps are a thing here. Yeah, you should be able to find a parking spot. You'll be right.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's pimping.
Uh-huh.
Even though it's a Ford Escort, I don't know why you. Oh, well, you either had a park. See that spot right there.
Oh.
You can't park in it though.
No.
It's not facing the right direction.
I think there was stuff up here.
Right here, right here. Can you want me to park it in there? You don't know how to parallel park, do you?
No, I
Just
don't.
get out and walk. Nobody behind you?
No.
What are you doing? You're not gonna fit there. Even I wouldn't fit there. Just go straight. Back up.
Okay.
Not even I can get it to fit in there. It's like a parking spot for a really tiny car. Is that a parking garage over there or what?
I think that's a parking lot.
Just go straight. Go straight ahead. You'll hit it. You'll find a parking spot. I should really be the one driving. Just go in there, even if it's like you have to pay or something. I'll figure it out. What's it say? Just park and I'll park it. I'm gonna have to parallel park, so just park and I'll do the parking.
Okay.
Just pull in here and I'll park us.
Okay.
I'll park us. So we stepped foot in Mississippi, and I'm a much better parallel parker than Katie. So. All right, guys. So we are on the ground in Mississippi. Yes. What an incredible state to be in. Oh, yes, Mississippi. Yes, I'm so excited to be in Mississippi, y'all. Is there a better state you could be in? Maybe Alabama. Let's do this. Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna go eat way up there on top of that building. Birds everywhere chirping. Can you imagine how many birds come through here? Along the Mississippi River, all the birds that are migrating. Yes, look at this, guys. On the streets of Mississippi. Mississippi. And we're gonna get a great view from up there. And I'm excited, we're going all the way up there. Yes. Mississippi. Look at it, dude. The Mississippi River. I'm excited. I'm excited. Look at this. Let's go. Let's get up there. Let's go. I hope you don't have to like dress up.
Yeah.
Do you have to be dressed? Because we're dressed like, we'll find out. Now, I don't know if you have to be dressed up to go in here. Because we're from Florida, so we look like bums. Like, we really look like bums. A lot of times, Louisiana, for lunch. So, I'm supposed to open the door for her? Yeah, I'm not from the South. So we're gonna go all the way up there. A lot of these places in the South, you have to dress a certain way. Look how we're dressed. So I don't know if we're gonna let us get in there or not. Because that's the South, you have to dress up. But I'm sure they got tourists here, so I don't know if they're like gonna limit their customer base. Like, this is super fancy. This is just a whole different, they got metal bars and stuff here. Cameras like everywhere. Let's go. Maximum capacity is only 8 people. Crap, it's at 4 people already. We're going up to the top of Mississippi. We're going up to the top of Mississippi.
Don't move.
Are you scared?
It's
scared?
like shaking, so I just...
all elevator in Mississippi. What do you expect, bro? Okay, this is gonna be terrifying. More terrifying than being... Look at this view. We are here. Look at the view, bro. This is like insanely awesome. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. A little bit of gumbo. It's perfect lighting. This is really the place to see the city from. I mean, it's just incredible. The view from up here, it's just awesome. I mean, you can really get a great view up there. Yep. Absolutely majestic. To watch the sunset over the Mississippi River. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely incredible, y'all. Let's talk about bread pudding.
Are you finished with this?
This is gonna be really awesome just to watch the sunset over the Mississippi. pretty much like everyone here is just like, look at this. It's gonna be just majestic. Watch the sun just go off into the horizon on a beautiful